Leila Janah. I'm the founder of WORK-SAMASOURCE. We're a nonprofit organization that connects 600 women, youth, and refugees around the world to dignified work over the internet. You know, the big innovation of the last century was the assembly line, the physical assembly line, which Ford, for example, and many other innovators used to break down the making of complex objects like an automobile into these more discrete, simple chunks of work that could be done by people who were trained just to do that task. And it was really the first time that something so complex had been made outside of the craftsman's studio. So it democratized access to work in a way. And I think, you know, people have said stuff about how this digital work is becoming more and more like sweatshops. But I think the key difference between this sort of work and sweatshop work is that in this work you have access to the entire body of the world's information at your fingertips. So our workers, you know, they surf the internet, they get on Facebook, they communicate with us, they work in a completely transparent system, which is not the case for sweatshops. In most sweatshops, workers are contracted by a labor contractor who's different from the person who owns the factory, who's different from the person who retails the product in the US or wherever else. So the worker is extremely far removed from the customer. And it's very rare that a worker has access to the sort of information that you find on the internet. So he may not know what he should be paid or what a fair wage looks like. He may not be able to communicate with other people in the factory or with his superiors. And that's just entirely not true for this digital work. I think what's exciting is that people normally view charity as this thing that's separate from the world of business, right? It's like, you know, we have the part of our nature that's rational and that makes good economic decisions, and then the part of our nature that wants to do good. And these two things have been completely separate traditionally, especially in the US. I think you're a little bit more progressive in Europe. And so it's a really nice way to endogenize all of this social good stuff in doing business. It's no longer you know, people doing sit-ins and protesting, you know, and picketing who are outside of the glass walls or who are, you know, outside of the buildings on Wall Street. A lot of those social kind of issues are starting to get brought into the boardrooms and into business strategy and hopefully into the way that corporations behave in the future. I see a world where the billion people who are living on less than $1 a day have dignified work opportunities through the internet. I really think it's about viewing the world of work as a level playing field, and it really doesn't matter where you are. It's, you know, it's about how motivated you are to do the work and whether you can do it at a fair price.